Hello and welcome back to Belmont Bunch. The Islanders lose to Pittsburgh again. Walk-off set. No. The Islanders can't figure a way to beat Pittsburgh, no matter how they play. They tried for one game, that 4-1 loss, to not play well and still win. That didn't work either. I don't know what it is. I guess this kind of happens every year. There's always one team in your division that it's difficult to beat and maybe has your number. The Islanders have Boston's number this year, and they've had our number in years past. We have Buffalo's number this year. We don't usually play in their division, so that's kind of nice. But they can't beat Pittsburgh this year. They blow leads. Tonight, goaltending was an issue for one of the first times this year. It's been pretty rare, but we'll get into it. The Isles led this game 2-0. After one, they led it 1-0. This is Brock Nelson on the power play again. I think it's his 5th power play goal of the year. And he's starting to get going. The second line generally was pretty good tonight. This one was on the second power play unit. And Leddy gets his something like 12th assist of the year. Leddy's having a very productive offensive year. And Oliver Wahlstrom now on a 3-game point streak. A good little shot pass to Brock Nelson, who's able to just redirect it towards the top corner. And it's 1-0 Islanders from there. In the first period, decent period, 9-7 in the shots. Some good chances both ways. Isles get a great penalty kill on the PK tonight. They were pretty good. But the problem is they put themselves on the PK, not through like those penalties that you accept, a hooking on a breakaway, a trip on a breakaway, something that breaks up like a 2-on-1, something just generally like one of those penalties where you go, yeah, I had to take it. But the Isles took some really egregious cross-checking and high-sticking things tonight, penalties, things. And that needs to stop right here and now because it gives Pittsburgh a breath of life. 2-0 Islanders in the second after Matt Barzal, it's late. Matt Barzal roams the zone, just throws the puck on net, takes a deflection off a Pittsburgh stick, and goes in. A little bit of shaky work on his own post from not Casey DeSmith. It's kind of late. This was from Tristan Jarry, the guy who we turned into Dominic Hasek. So it's 2-0 Islanders from there. And they're playing decent. That second goal, a little bit lucky for the Isles, but they're playing a decent game. And then they commit a penalty, a stupid cross-check. And the Isles did this a couple times tonight. Barzal took 2 penalties tonight. This one is cashed in right away. And this is one that the penalty killers themselves can't do much with. Because as Crosby is going to prepare a slap shot, I made that sound way more formal than it needed to be. As Crosby's getting ready to slap it, Varley hit, kind of falls over on his own, and it just gets ripped into the empty net. So they just give one right back. Stupid penalty to put themselves in that spot. Varley, I think tonight was a little bit of fatigue. Man, Sorokin hasn't started in a while. So they've been maybe overworking Varley. And I think, tomorrow's the back end of a back-to-back. It's going to be Sorokin tomorrow. But tomorrow's a big game for Sorokin because he's got to, establish himself to give Varley some time off. But, so, Pittsburgh scores again in 22 seconds later, and it's tied. Chris Letang was 4 goals, all against the Islanders this year. And this is a kind of one where Varley didn't have as far post covered. And, it's also kind of a breakdown from the Islanders allowing Letang on the backside to just kind of slip in. And he rips one low, and Varley doesn't get to it. This one's, again, maybe a little bit of fatigue. Varley seemed to be a little bit sluggish in movement tonight, not tracking the puck as well as he has been, and that will be let's just say that'll factor into the result. Bailey put the Islanders back on top in the second period. This is a goal from Josh Bailey. This is a goal where Bailey sits in the slot. He had been stopped on a similar play earlier where he took too long to get the puck off his stick. He learned his lesson. He gets this one off his stick very quickly, and the second line has combined for a goal on this one, and the second line played really well tonight. Beauvillier, I think, grabbed an assist. Bailey with a goal, Brock with a goal. So that's good. There's something that you can take out of this game and be excited about. So the Isles are up 3-2. It's their second lead of the night. 2-0, 3-2. Pittsburgh has not led. And 18 seconds into the third, a bad pinch. Well, not even necessarily a bad pinch, but a play where Pellich pinches but just misses the puck. And it turns into a 2-on-1. Pollock is left back as the one. Good effort on the back check from Eberle. Dives, can't get to it. And Jared McCann scores on essentially a 1-on-1 with Varley. And obviously, I'm not going to put Varley on the spot for that one. So 3-3, and the Isles, they generate some momentum. I forgot to say, after the second goal that they allowed, the back end of the second period was a good period for the Islanders. They got the goal. And the Islanders responded well after they got scored against tonight. But, guys got to stay out of the box, especially against Pittsburgh. Even though their power play didn't kill us tonight, the one goal did allow Pittsburgh to get into this game. And the Isles were dominant, special teams wise, and in the face-off circle. You should win these games. And because here's the thing, it's okay to struggle against one team, but also factor in that we've swept Buffalo and Boston thus far, and that's going to be difficult to continue. I mean, going 8-0 against anybody is going to be extremely difficult. So you have to factor in that you're going to probably come back to earth against some of those teams. You don't want to go one win against a team, even if you're getting points against Pittsburgh. They're a team you're competing with in the standings, and every game is a 4-point swing, or could be a 4-point swing. So you have to, vulture these points when you can. And so, as you see, the Islanders only a point ahead of Pittsburgh now. At least they get the point. It's a 3-game point streak for the Isles, but they have to put teams away. They didn't do it against Washington, the 2 games against them. They haven't done it against Pittsburgh. And those are teams, guess what, that are competing with the Islanders for a playoff spot. And the Islanders have played a few more games than some of these teams. So, there's things to take out of this one, but it's another gut punch against Pittsburgh. We get them again tomorrow, so the good thing is you get them while you're fresh and you're angry, and it's a 5 o'clock start. And Sorokin, it's good. You want him to get starts against teams that aren't just Buffalo and teams towards the bottom of the division. Anyway, that's it. An extremely, extremely frustrating loss for the Islanders, but luckily they get to turn the page quickly. And they have to win tomorrow. They have to, send a message to Pittsburgh that they're going to be able to beat them. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. And that's it. Bye.